Take one.
What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another CEREZA video. We are now in the 6th episode of the designing phase, and it's probably the last episode of the designing phase. It's because we're actually shifting to the next process, which is the production. However, though, we going to talk about the production in the next few videos because there's a lot of things to talk about, a lot of topics to cover, and there's also a big project running aside from just the business aspect. We are very excited to tell you more about it, but again, it's still gonna be in the next few videos. But yeah, so last episode, I mean, obviously there will be another episode talking about the revision once we got the sample, and once we get the sample, we having a review for what needs to be changed, you know, the graphics, the measurements and all that. So enough yapping. I know I've been yapping the whole time about whatever, but now let's talk about the final step of the designing phase, pack. So a little about tag pack. Tag pack is basically how to make your measurement, your design, your ideas, your imagination on your garments to come true. Essentially, the idea of tag pack is to make everything in one place, whether it's the mock-up and whether it's the color specification, other references, the measurements, numbers and everything like that, the placement of the graphics itself, everything in one place. This is actually the only document that you ever need to talk to your manufacturer. I mean, obviously having a separate mock-up or having a separate file for your specific design will be really helpful for embroidery or maybe some other graphics method. Since our brand really do care about, you know, like making a perfect hoodies and perfect garments and perfect sweatpants as well, it's almost like we having our own standard for it, and the only way to have your own standard is to working on your tag pack. So that's why tag pack is a very important step for us. That's why tag pack will be the last one, because, you know, it compile all the information from step 1 to final step into one place. So yeah, tag pack is very important. But enough yapping again about the tag pack itself. Let's go over to my computer and show you what's inside of it, you know, what's the content of it and what are the topics. So yeah, let's go over to my computer and show you all about it. So this is our tag pack for our sweatpants, and this is just an example, so it's not a real tag pack for our actual sweatpants, but this is just a showcase for you guys. So real quick, we made our tag pack with Adobe Illustrator, and I know and I believe there's probably a better software out there to make a tag pack, but I just want to share what I'm actually using, and it works well for me. Even though that everything here is manually adjusted, like all of the lines here are manually inputted and customized. Also, like all of the letters and pretty much every single element here are manually adjusted. And shout out to Made by Zaid for this template, even though I'm pretty much changed like 85% of it, but still gave me the base idea for it. So just a little appreciation for the man. So yeah, at the top here with all the information in the table, we called it title block. So these are the general information about the garments itself, and it consists of a style number, which is unique ID of your garments. You know, this is for traceability, because you are not just going to say hoodie 1 or hoodie 2, because it can easily mixed up with other people's design when it's stored to another facility like your manufacturer, or it gives you more specific name for your design. Like a hoodie is pretty generic, but if you're talking about design, you can have 100 design and you're not gonna say like hoodie 1, hoodie 2 and then hoodie whatever 100, right? It's not very convenient that way. But yeah, then we got description. This is basically tells the reader about what the frick is it. Then we got the rev or revision. So this is what I'm talking about at first, because you should never expect that you got everything right in the first time, because there will be changes like improvements, you know, unnecessary and it's always a best practice to have a revision for your log so you can review the changes and can make that as a reference for the next project or for the future reference. Then we got the date. If you don't know this, then you're a dummy. Also, it should be the date of when you publish or export it. So basically when it's finished, because it wouldn't make any sense if you put it like as a date when you start, when you exported the file and see the date was like last year, you're not even finished. It could be like that though, because like I said, the tech pack, the idea of tech pack is to have everything in one place. So if one topic or two topic is not finished, that means the whole tech pack is not finished. Then we got fabric composition. So this is just saying what material you use, like what the main material. For me, my base material is 100% cotton. And yeah, so then we got the GSM, or grams per square meter. It's basically the weight of the fabric. I mean, if you try to make your own clothing brand, you most definitely know about this. Pretty much like the weight of a fabric or garments. Then there's collection, basically states what collection is going to be for, again, traceability purposes. Like you can have more than one collection. Then we got the fabric type, and it's basically the finish of the material. And for cotton, there's a lot of different fabric types of it. So it's always a good idea to put that information to get exactly what you want, like for the texture and etc. So you might have to put a research on it, because if you just say that you want to do 100% cotton, it wouldn't be enough. Also, then we get the sample size. This is optional information for you to put, just because the quantity of the garments could be different in every single order. But if you want a constant number of the quantity in garments needs to have this quantity every single time, I mean, obviously you can add that to the title block. But if not, then you can just like leave that blank. So I think that's the enough info for the title block. Obviously, if you want to add more and think of some of these could be removed, then go ahead. At the end of the day, it's like your own tech pack. Title block is one of the general elements, like I said before, for the tech pack. Other general elements like your company logo, the title of the page, page number, and the credit space. Although it's very smart and wise to add an intellectual property as your general element to protect your personal design and other information within the tech pack. Like our design are copyrighted, we just don't have the watermark in the tech pack. Although again, I think it's just wise and better to have it on the tech pack as well. So might as well do it, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much it about the general elements. And you wanted all this information to have in every single page, just in case when the manufacturer just want the page 2 or page 5, for example, they will still have that information. So it's pretty helpful. So now let's talk about what is the content of the page. Earlier I talked about everything in one place, right? And this is basically one of them. The one thing to keep in mind, please keep everything in detail, but most importantly, like please keep it simple. What I mean by this is like, like the words are readable and the placement of the content are visible and such. Give enough space for the reader to understand it, very well. So that way it will be easier for anyone like who read our format or your format for the first time, because again, tech pack standard could be different with everybody in every company. To first topic would be the mock-up. So in this page, it is basically showcasing the garments, and I like to keep it simple, which I only use one of the colorway in this page. So yeah, pretty straightforward on this one. Second topic would be the garments construction. In this page, it's basically pinpointed, like the detail feature, references, and basically how you want your garments to be constructed. I also provide examples, images. I also like to provide the number tag in a red square just to help the reader for what to look, and can also be a reference by the image as well. You can see this image is referenced with that number tag. It's absolutely optional for that, but I always recommend to do so. I personally think it's very helpful. So third topic would be the construction detail. So in this page, anything that you want to mention in the garment construction that you wanted to provide more information or detail or specific custom for it, this will be the page for that. In this case, I brought up the custom pockets and the sizing, and can go as detailed as possible. Like here, I even go for the measurements in the eyelets of the drawstrings to be sure the whiteness and the separation is proper, so other feature wouldn't be negatively affected. All right, moving on to the fourth topic. So now fourth topic would be the colorway specification. So this is one of the reason why I don't showcase my other colorway in the mockups page, because you would definitely want to talk about the colorway as well, and it's worth to have their own page to talk about it. And it also could have more than one page. If you have like more than 2 colorway in your design, you are not limited to only have one, just for the sake of simplicity. Always have that space or enough font size for other people can read. Not only that you want to pinpoint the body colorway, but you also want to pinpoint the graphics too and other features that you would like to have. A custom color, here I mentioned the body, graphics, and also the stitch for the sweatpants to make sure that I want my body to be, let's say, white, but I don't want my stitch to be like black, so it kind of like ruined the whole thing. But yeah, having those specification color, it's very important, very worth to mention in the tech pack, because like small things like the stitch could pretty much ruin your whole design. All right, moving on to the fifth topic. Fifth topic would be the graphic detail and measurements. So here is where you want to go deeper for each graphics in your garments. And I think one graphic each page would be a perfect space for all of the information that needed to be said and need to be listed. So if you have more than one graphics, then you definitely have more than one page for the topic. So in this case, I talked about a specific measurements, placement, and the color again of the graphic. It's very important information to be listed on. You can also describe with a sentence however you want, because you want to make sure that the reader understands and know what is up. In our sweatpants though, we have a total of 3 graphics, so I should have 3 pages talking about this topic. So moving on, sixth topic. So sixth topic would be the measurements. In this page, it's all about the measurements. Sometimes it's called drawings, sometimes it's called the blueprints, but generally it's the base measurements for your whole garments, excluding the graphics because you already have that. I think this is the hardest topic of them all because it takes precision and a couple of reviews, and the reason for that is because these numbers would be a major number or the only number that your manufacturer actually cares about when it comes to production. Here I showcase one of my product, so front and back with the measurements, number, and if you notice I also provided the number tags, dimension tags for basically telling the reader what to look. With a bunch of numbers in one page, it could be easily missed, you know what I mean? So having like number tags or dimensional tags, it's very helpful for them to understand. Then also provided the flag notes. So here is basically a description or notes that you would like to provide, and what's good about this is that you can also pinpoint to a specific number, dim tags or number tags or features, so reader can understand what is the notes for. So remember, every size of the garments like small, medium, and large definitely have a different measurements. That's why it is very important to mention what size is in this page. And if you have more than one size for your garments, like if you have XL, large, medium, small, then you definitely should have one page for each size. So in this case, I have 3 sizes: small, medium, and large, and so I got 3 pages. Now, before anything, I would like to mention that in Adobe Illustrator, they have this feature where you could have this measurement element from a point to another. Pretty easy to use and understand, and very helpful for clarity in your blueprint, so you don't have to make an arrow and a line. So yeah, it's very helpful, well, at least for me. Yeah, moving on, seventh topic would be labeling. In this page, this is every detail like measurement, placement, and color regarding with label, what you would attach to your garment. So pretty straightforward for this one, because it would be just the design, the measurements, and the placement of that label, as if you wanted to put in the front or the back of the garment, or even on the sides. Last but not least, the color of the design, as well as the type of the labeling, like the material and other detail that you may want to add. I'm talking about the material of the label. It could be a straight up paper, or it could be a cotton or other different type of paper if you want. Finally, the eighth topic. So eighth topic would be the tags. Now, I would say this is an optional topic, but only if you want to put tags on your garments. This may get you an extra cost from your manufacturer, well, depending on the manufacturer itself. But mostly they would, charge per piece, and it doesn't cost that much, considering having those would be, more fun to have and just more interesting for other people to look at. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it about tag pack. Essentially, the idea of like tag pack again is to have everything in one place, and having those 8 topics that I've said before really fulfill all of that with enough information and details within the tag pack itself. Is pretty much the only document that you ever need to make your design, your imagination, your ideas about the garment itself come true. And it's the only document that your manufacturer actually care about. Alright, so what do you think about our format of tag pack? And obviously, if you have any questions or concerns and all that, just leave that in the comments below, and our team will try our best to answer those questions. If we have 100 likes in the video, we might figure out a way to share our tag pack format to you guys, so you guys can actually use it, you guys can actually edit it and use it for your business and your design in general. I think that's pretty much it. I don't know what to say anymore. I guess thank you for hanging out with me until this point, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening.